Brought to you by GTA, your island, your network.
57 fingerprints were lifted from Officer Bert Piolo's truck and Mark Torre Jr.'s gun stashed on the dashboard at the crime scene. The results?
I compared it to Mark Torre Jr.
Okay. And what were your results of those 4 latent prints of value?
There was negative results.
Only Torre's prints were compared to the evidence. Guam Police fingerprint examiner Julie Paulino says only 4 latent prints could be used. She admits the excessive handling of the evidence could have damaged or destroyed any of the prints that might have been left behind. Also played in court, a message Torre Jr. left for his wife the morning of the deadly shooting.
I'm done. We're done. I don't even know what happened.
But it was the hour-long testimony given by his father, GPD's Lieutenant Mark Torre, that gave many a rather vivid picture of the events that played out on July 2015.
I thought, one, it was unusual. That's when I realized that something might be going on.
An unusual circumstance after his son's wife called him early that morning asking him to get downstairs. Lieutenant Torre says he looked outside his window and saw Piolo's truck and his son standing by the driver's side door. However, it wasn't until he stepped outside that he noticed Officer Piolo hurt.
I saw Bert Piolo.
Where was he located?
He was leaning against the truck,
Whose truck?
my son's Dodge Ram truck.
And how did he appear to you when he was leaning against your truck?
He looked frantic, distraught.
And in pain, as Piolo was already on the phone with 911.
This is what I recall, what I believed he said at the time. LT, please help me. They shot me.
Lieutenant Torre, his son, and Piolo were the only 3 out front of the Jigo home at that very moment. Lieutenant Torre saying Piolo handed him the phone, adding that he stayed on the line with 911 until medics arrived.
I didn't need to. My son was doing a good job of applying that pressure.
Lieutenant Torre says he was trying to comfort Piolo and keep his son calm at the same time.
Bert, he kept saying, I'm gonna die, I'm gonna die. And I told him he's not gonna die.
And throughout all the chaos, Lieutenant Torre testified he never believed, not even for a moment, that his son would be in any sort of trouble, let alone be accused for Officer Piolo's death. Lieutenant Torre also claiming he never asked his son what happened or even who shot Piolo.
At that moment, I had to make a distinction of whether or not I was going to be father or police officer. I can't be both. So at that moment, I decided to be his father.
Lieutenant Torre, also seen in the police body camera footage, says his son the entire time was only trying to help save Piolo's life.
He did not leave him, not for a second.
Chief Medical Examiner Dr. Aurelio Espinola also testified, detailing the gruesome images from the autopsy, though the photos were never actually shown to anyone else in the courtroom. While Espinola ruled Piolo's death a homicide, the defense continues to argue Piolo took his own life. The trial resumes Friday morning. Reporting for Guam's News Network, I'm Nick Delgado.
Brought to you by GTA, your island, your network.